Hello everyone, it's Dragana from Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 4th episode of Mass Making Mini Junk Journals and they're looking cute. And in today's episode we are going to make signatures for these. I will share with you a little kind of like a formula that I use at least as a starting point, and then I build on it until I'm happy with how the signatures look. I will try and complete at least one in front of the camera. I was thinking 2 signatures would look good in these journals. And this is a little template that I made, so it's going to make my life a lot easier. Now I know that all my papers can be smaller than this, but can't be any bigger than this. Put these aside. And then we can start. I forgot to mention that if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes, the links will be down below in the description box so that you can check out these other videos too. So back to my signature making formula. First of all, I decide how many signatures I want. And as I said, I want 2 signatures. So for each signature, I prefer to have at least 1 page with pockets. And sometimes I do like a signature cover and I include pockets there. And other times I do a central page with pockets. I try to vary them so that they're not the same. And I've decided in one of the signatures we can make pockets with these envelopes. We'll just fold them in half and create something fun. Okay. And for the other signature, we'll create pockets with these scrapbooking papers. I have 3 scrapbooking papers here. They have been dyed with coffee and rust on the back. So obviously I will cut them in half and then we'll create pockets for the middle signatures using these. So the pockets are sold. That's going to be our pockets. And they count as one page actually, or 1 paper. Pulled out some of these bits. They will help me decorate some of the pages just to make it look more interesting. And I have 6 of these for 6 journals. So in one of the signatures I will include these, and then for the other signature maybe I will cut some of these. This is faux handmade paper that I've done last spring. I have only this one left. I have to make more, and I'll cut them. I can cut them in smaller pieces and have that as a little decoration in another signature. So it's either this or that. And each journal will have 1 of each. All right. Now I have put some, I'll just put these aside for a second. Talk about them later. All right. I've decided I want about 10 papers, which makes about 40 pages in each signature. Okay, so I have here some plain papers or plain dyed papers. Okay, I try to use the ones that I've hand dyed myself in different colors. I thought that would be really fun to include them in these journals. So these are the, I think, grape, tea, this is pomegranate, this is rust, blueberry and pomegranate, I think tea and onion skin, beetroot, blueberry and something else, forgot, and this is blueberry and beetroot, so it has a bit of blue and pink as well. So we're going to include these in all of the journals. I have 10 different ones, which means I will put 5 in one signature and 5 in another. All right, so I also pulled out some book pages and some music sheets. So I thought in one of the signatures we can put music sheet, in another we can put some book pages. So if we have 5 of these, and this is the 6, so we already sorted out 6 pages, and the pocket is the 7th. I also like to include some lined pages, and I have a few old notebooks and diaries that I collected over the years, and I like to pull the papers out. So I'm thinking a variety so that nothing repeats, have a different paper in each. So we have some music sheet. I think I dyed this with something, forgotten what, might have been with grape juice and some other additives. They're kind of greenish, grayish. So we have that, we have this, that, and there is 6 of them, which means we'll include 3 in each signature, and that is already 10 pages for each signature. Now I prepared some plain paper. This is tracing paper. It's more like vellum than tracing paper, but it's kind of really thin and see-through, and I really like it, and I might use it somewhere. I am not 100% sure if I'm going to include it or not, but I like to have some on hand, because sometimes when you layer things down, you don't want things to look too busy, you know, so you might want to break it up with just some plain paper. Okay, now in each signature I try to include at least one of my original work. Sometimes it's marble paper, sometimes it's jelly prints, or could be even my own drawings. And for these journals I thought I'll just use some of my jelly prints, and I picked 3 that I plan to cut into 2 so that I can have in each journal at least one paper with the real jelly print. That would be fun. Okay, so that's already 11. And now I have some other papers that I like to include in the journals, like special papers, you know. It could be handmade paper, it could be waxed paper, or like I've shown you earlier, that for handmade paper. So this time I decided I want to include some of the waxed papers. These were all, I think, digitals that I printed, and then I waxed them so they look really translucent. We might not put all of these. I usually start like this, and then as I build the signature I decide what works and what doesn't. When I do more than one journal at the same time, I pick up the papers and then I start just on one. And once I'm happy with that one, I look through it, and if I'm really happy, then I just basically copy that for all the rest. I find that the easiest, rather than trying to get them all sorted out at the same time. It will be a big mess on the desk and I wouldn't know what to do. So now I'm going to pull one of each of these papers, and I'll try to sort it out for that first journal. So let's just pick one of each. Okay, that one's done. This one will have to be half. Okay. I could have cut them up, but I didn't, so yeah. I'm doing it now. Okay, we need one of these. This is also too big. Might as well cut them all at the same time, just to save some time. Just need one. And then I need one of these. These. And half of that. These journals are kind of small, so half of the page is all that it takes. Let's just check. I didn't even check. Yeah. It's already starting to look interesting when you look at it like that. I love these papers and I love the pattern here. I know it was blueberry and something else. Probably a bit of rust. That's what created the grey spots. It's looking really nice. And then we have some of these. They were dyed with blueberry and beetroot. And I left some stencils on top as it was drying. I'll just take that one. Okay, now here, I won't cut it, I'll just take it as it is. And which one of these should we do? Maybe we can do that one first. Oops. Okay, and we'll leave these for the other journals. And here, that's paper. Let's do this one. Okay, and here we'll take one of these. We'll take one envelope, and we need one of these. We'll cut in half, but I won't cut it immediately. I'll just take that one. And we have this as well, but we need to cut. We need to make like enough for 6 journals, and I don't necessarily want it to be a full page, so I'm going to cut it like this. But I'd like to have pages that are kind of smaller and larger, so that when they overlap you can see a few pages at the same time. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to roughly cut it, fold it like this, and then like this. Alright, so that will give me 6 small pages like that. Okay, I can put that aside. So now that we've sorted out the papers, let's have a look. I'll just start folding. That's folded as well. Then we have this one. I'll leave that one aside for now, and that as well. Once we fold them all, you can fold a few at the same time if you wanted. Just do that. Fold might be quicker. So almost there. but this one. Now with this one, where's my template? Okay, now with this one, I have to decide how much to trim. So here and here. Alright. And now we'll just do this. Just fold. Look. Yeah, I need to just trim a little bit there. Okay, so I'll keep one. I'll leave the other one for another journal, and I'm going to fold this. Okay, now I have this piece left, and I can use it to make little pockets here. Okay, and I don't need them to be that deep, so I'll just cut this in half and use it on the other half for the other journal. I'll just mark this here like so. You can use that somewhere else. And then we have an option here. We can tear the edge to make it look fun, or we can just cut it straight. So I think I'll just do this. Okay, and I'll just fold it. This is going to be our little pocket here, and I'll keep that for the other side. But I'd like to have a double pocket here, so maybe this thin paper would look good, or maybe we'll just get some vellum or tracing paper later on, but we'll decide on that later. But that's going to be the page with the pockets. Okay, now we've sorted all our pockets. Going to be here and here. Now we're going to have that one there, maybe this one here. So now I'm building the signatures. I want to have the equal number of lined papers, plain papers, and fancy papers. I don't know what to call them. So maybe we can have that one there and this one here. These are all covered pages. So just this side and cuts to these. These are all lined papers. Have we got more lined papers? Yep. We have 3 lined papers. Okay, maybe yeah, just like that. Now, with the plain paper. Sorry if I'm flipping too fast. I don't want you to get dizzy, but I realize it's just that my mind is working faster than my hands. Okay. Now we have these two, they're kind of similar in color, so I'll put one in each. Then we have these two kind of similar, I'll put one here, one there. Then we have yellow and the orange, maybe like that, and we have pink and the blue, and we have one more. There's two. No, this is the blue as well. Maybe that one and that one. And then we can have these, and we're left with those two. So I'll just put one here and one there. Okay, so that's the papers for one signature and papers for the other signature. I'll start with this one. We might have to put that on the outside, but we'll decide later on. So now I go one plain and one colored, whatever. And I'll just put them anywhere for now, and then we can change. thinking maybe since we are going to put these papers on the outside, we can have a nice paper on the inside here. So it's either that and that, or maybe this green would look nice. Something like that. Now this is going to be closed, I think. So perhaps this paper might look good here next to that. We'll obviously decorate this envelope, so if we do that, we have maybe that green would look better there. That has like those green lines, so that looks nice next to that green paper. And this is kind of white. It really is white. So we need something else there that goes well with that white, like that, for example. Okay, what goes next? What goes good next to this? So we're going to have that in the middle, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think this paper has green lines and that looks good next to that. So yeah, so we're just going one by one, seeing what we have and what looks good. We need another plane. Maybe that one looks good there. It does actually. So something like that. So here we have this yellow paper that I'm not quite sure I want it there. Maybe I'll switch those two. I'll put that one there and I'll put this one. This is kind of grungy and this is grungy as well. So I think that looks good there. So again, we need the plain paper. We only have that one left. And we still have this one. Maybe it would look good like that. I don't know. You see, that's why I kept this paper here. I think this might look good next to the white. So I'm going to cut it. Just take one. I think it just might look nice over the white. Something like that. Put that one there. And here, this is also translucent. Yeah, that looks kind of here. Oh, that looks nice. Soft like that. And then we have that one. And then we say we're going to have this one in the middle. Just turn it this way. It's also translucent. Okay, so that would be kind of like our first signature for now. Okay, let's now have a look here. Now here as well. Now we can have this in the middle, that's fine. And we can just have something else on the outside. Would that look good next to this? I think that would look good. It's kind of, it's the same stencil. But yeah, I don't know, it looks alright, I think. Okay, and we have that in the middle. Then now we need the plain page here. We have the green, we can have that. Maybe that looks good next to those flowers. Okay, that's that one. Now we need lined paper, maybe this one. Now again we need some paper that's in one color. That green looks nice there. Maybe we can have the book page now. Next to the book page, what looks good? I think this one looks good. The book page, see-through one. Now, let's have this one. Brown paper. Some plain pink next to that. Some of this, that one, and these two. There we go. Yeah. Now we need to trim them, of course. And I'll put that aside so it doesn't get damaged. I have to sort out this one before I actually trim, because I have to glue this down. And I wanted to make this pocket a little bit more interesting, so I want to add some vellum. I found this vellum paper, and it's kind of thin, but I suppose if I use it double like this, it might work alright. Okay, I'll just trim here because I have enough for two. Okay, I'll use that in another journal, and I'll use this here and this one. Okay, of course, fold it. And maybe have it here, like that. Okay, I better glue this down. Okay. I'm going to take this page with pockets to the sewing machine later on, but now because I want to trim everything, it's just much easier if I just glue it down first. And because we folded this, I need to put some glue here as well, but so it doesn't move. Just like that. And this, and I want to actually ink this edge here. It's much easier to do this now. Yeah, that looks very nice now, doesn't it? Okay, and just that. Hello, what that looks like. It's going to be a really cute page pocket. Okay. I will take that one out because I don't want to cut it by mistake because it's going to open, and I'm going to align these on one side. So, this. And I'm going to take this as my guide, place it down. So now I know where I need to cut, because nothing's supposed to get out of this frame. Okay. When you're cutting this end, just give me a second. I just want to make sure I do this properly. So when you cut this end, it's best if the fold is towards you, so that when you're cutting this, so it's less chance it's going to move, and your knife should be sharp. You just go slowly. You just trim like so. Okay, and now you need to cut these off, bits that are sticking out. And this end, not much, only 2. Okay. As you can see, they're not all the same size, but that's all right. I don't mind that. So as long as nothing is poking out. Okay, so that one is cut. Now let's cut this one. Again, we are going to, now see how this paper is quite a bit larger, so I'll trim this first, because I think I want to have just the lines, so I'll trim one side first. Okay. This on top. Put the edges that are not so good on one side, and here I have this book page, okay, and that is what it's like. If I do this, it's going to cut here, and I actually want to have more of the text. Okay, and I'm thinking I will just cut the top bit off. Oh, actually, I might just tear it off. Just like that on both sides. So there'll be no cutting of this book page. Okay. I think that would look much nicer like that. Okay, and then we can do this. The rest is fine. This one a bit larger. Let's check this one. Okay, here as well. I want this end kind of to be neat. I don't want to see this part without the print, so I'll just trim that, and the rest will be as it is. All right. That seems to be right. Okay, now trim this end first. Now we can trim this. So now we know nothing is kind of outside of the borders here. The next step would be to actually go again through the pages and trim if necessary. So when I do this, I sometimes think, wouldn't it be nicer if I can see this yellow next to that? So I'll go ahead and I'll just shorten this and further. I'm going to take it in quite a bit, like so. And I want to get rid of this area as well. So this is what I do. This is how I do it. So yeah. It would be nice to have rounded corners or something else. Let's do this. Now here, this part, it probably hasn't been colored properly, so I'm going to fold it this way. I'm going to then put the page inside, so there'll be no changes other than just folding it in, because I really want to see that yellow edge there without the white, and here it doesn't really matter. Good. Now we have this here notes that's kind of sticking out, and with this page it is a bit too long, so I'm thinking I'll just do this. I'll just tear it down and I'm going to ink. So we're looking at it now like this, and then here, and that looks really nice next to those pink and then the gray. And then we come to this one here, and it'd be nice to get rid of that as well. So I'm going to just clear that here, and also on this side. This is really lovely font from a really old book. I really love it. I'm just using black ink, dried up pad, and just doing the edges. Okay. Now, doesn't that look nice next to that green? I love it. That's how I build signatures. Start with something. You have to start somewhere, and then you go through the pages, and then, you know, just work on the edges a little bit. Now here, we said that looks good there, like that. I'll just maybe ink this one. And this one. Would it look better next to the purple? I'll just take it out. Might look better next to the purple. So in that case, look at that. And then we'll ink it. And even that, look at that edge. Doesn't it look interesting? Much better than it looked before. Okay, now we have the pink. next to that purple. Now there's a little bit of white here, that's alright. Now here that green looks really nice next to that black. And you have this. Now here I want to make this one just a little bit smaller. So if you do this right, you know, sometimes you don't have to then spend too much time decorating the journal. You just use the papers that are already there to be part of the decoration, and you know, do a few things to them like this, for example, and that already looks totally different and so much nicer, doesn't it? Now here as well, I would love to be able to see some of that nice scrapbooking paper. So I'm going to trim this one as well. And we are going to take this to the sewing machine. I will probably have to ink it first. And here we go. Now let's have a look. So I'll start then from the center, and then I just check that everything's kind of looking interesting. We go with the green. That looks so nice now, doesn't it? Now the white. I want to do something for this one as well. Fancy scissors, yeah. That looks cute, doesn't it? Alright, so here we have that one and then that one. Should probably make this one as well. And this one. Let's do the pink here. Yellow. That one. And this. And I think the only thing that I would add here is perhaps a little bit of lace or some ruffles, just somewhere here in between that one and that one. Okay, but other than that, I'm happy with that one. All right, I'll put it aside. Now let's have a look at what we have here. Okay, now this is going to go across, and this is going to be a pocket. So I want to, somehow I have to cut this. So I like to do it like this. Fold that like so, and then just cut it there. Okay. Let's have a look now. Yeah. And we'll decorate obviously later on. Put that away for now. Let's have a look here. What sort of papers we have? That one. But yeah, I think it would look a little bit better if we just toward the edge here and here. already looks nice. So okay, now here this one is a bit too long. And on this side it has these, I kind of like those, but yeah, maybe I'll just round the edges on both sides. Oh, actually, I will switch those two. Put that one there, and then this one here. In this case, I want to get rid of this. I just want to have those little checkered pattern. I'm going to cut this bit off, and here. Just that. I think that looks nice, and I'm just going to ink. Here, that looks all right now. Yeah. But I don't like seeing that orange there. Tear this end. Certainly do this where you have all the pages perfectly lined up and the same height and length, and it's totally fine. Really, it is whatever you prefer, but this is what I like to do. I just like a bit of interest. Okay, now I don't like that this line is showing here. Probably cut too much, so this going to have this paper before here. Yeah, that's better. Now we have this. Here. I want it smaller than that. And here. It's just, if I get this right, then it's going to be so much easier doing the other 5 journals. I'll just copy this, exactly, duplicate what I've done here. I won't have to think and you know, redo the thinking part again. Did I ink here? I like how that looks now. Okay, we have that. And then here. Now this one, I want it a little bit smaller than the music sheet. And the music sheet, I'll just cut it with this, with these scissors. Just on that side. Okay, and then here, let's just trim this, because I want to be able to see it there and see this same time. Probably a bit more. And a little bit on this edge. And I'm going to do the decorative corners. Oh gosh, look what I've done. I didn't put it all the way through. Now I guess I have to shorten it up a little bit more. Oh, that's alright. We can even have it like that. Have it flat down the bottom. Yeah, let's have that. I think that's kind of alright. And we can glue it there and have it like a side pocket. That's another way of doing that. Okay, and here we go. The second signature is also done. Okay, we sorted out both signatures. So now it's just a matter of repeating this same process again with other 5 journals. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you soon in the next video. Bye for now.